So this video is going to be about someone that I knew for a while out of the recovery community that I was in. Helped me out with a place to live, and her and her husband let me live with them. I think it was for about a month, and between that time, I thought she was doing great. I thought her Kratom addiction wasn't like huge. Nobody's gonna freak out and do things that you can't take back. And one of those things was she took all of her opioid medication and committed suicide when I was there. I was gone that day, and that still fucks with me, is that like this person looks like they're doing so well. They look like what was going on in this person's mind. And this has been fucking with me for a while, and that's why I wanted to talk about it. Is that Kratom is just as much of a killer. It's not gonna, I don't know of anybody that's died from it. Please comment and let me know. But I'm sure I can Google it and see. But to my knowledge, I don't think it's like the epidemic of like heroin and everything. And that's what I thought. It was like, there's no way that this person is suffering so bad, But obviously, this person spent over $250,000 on Kratom and hotels, because that's how bad it got, and it led to her committing suicide, knowing that her children were going to wake her up in the morning, when obviously when you're dead you don't wake up. So your children are gonna wake you up, try to wake you up and be traumatized from that. And for me, like, even though I didn't see the death and I didn't know, it still fucks with me, because I was like, what did I do? Could I have done more? And it still doesn't feel real, And I ran into her husband the other day, and he looks fucking depressed as hell. So, for me, I'd like to say, like, I do consider Kratom a drug that's abused, especially, and that has a high risk of like addiction and overusage, and which leads to depression, and can lead to suicidal thoughts. I'm sure people who are more susceptible to depression and suicide, I think there's some people who are just more prone to it, and that's just what can happen. But that's my story about like what I've seen from Kratom. Is like, when this person told me, yeah, I have a Kratom addiction, that's why I'm on Suboxone, it's like, you shouldn't really laugh at that, because that's fucked up. But in my head, I was thinking, that's not even a drug. What the fuck are you, here for? Why are you on Suboxone because of that? Well, little do you know, but they spike Suboxone with, or have spiked it with hydrocodone, which is an opioid, which that just increases all of that, the effects of that, So yeah, my friend did commit suicide. I didn't get to go to the funeral, unfortunately. I didn't even, and that's been a really big thing in my life, is like when my grandpa died from cancer, I didn't go to that funeral. I've had like this fear of funerals, but not that I would like to go to a funeral. It's that I just have never went when the time called for it. Anyway, if you have any stories or comments about Kratom, that'd be great. If you have any ideas of topics that you'd like to hear, that'd be great as well.